Review Bra also dropped his hardest diss on Chick-fil-A too. Bro hated the fries. Did they do something different to their fries? Or did he just really not like their waffle fries? Wait, what?
I have to emphasize, this doesn't necessarily come from a place of anger. You have to understand that. More so, it's the type where
disappointment. That's so much worse.
It comes from bitter disappointment, really. Just bitter disappointment and almost sadness, in a sense.
When did Chick-fil-A get new fries?
You have places, granted, in the fast food hierarchy, where quality...
I worked Chick-fil-A, we added more starch so they cook better. How recently? I had Chick-fil-A not too long ago. The fries tasted just fine.
So, alright, what's so wrong with them? Well, let's find out.
Oh, no crunch, not crisp, interesting, soggy, flimsy, flaccid, not good. I can see the disappointment. It's measurable. Jesus, he's going through the wormhole right now.
Number one, they're not overly crispy.
I noticed,
so
yeah.
There goes that whole narrative. Personally, I don't want something that's going to break your teeth or anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It hasn't been that long since I had the fries. They tasted exactly how I remember from when I was but a wee toddler. Did he get, like, a different kind of fry recipe at his local Chick-fil-A? Like, is there actually... I need to look it up. Did they make sweeping changes? One guy said they added more starch, but, like, I didn't notice. Here's an article about it from 3 days ago, which actually predates Review Bra. Chick-fil-A's new recipe for crispier waffle fries has customers up in arms. You might not need to be a super taster to recognize... Why is this even hyperlinked? Are you a super taster? About a quarter of the population has an especially sensitive sense of taste. What? Who gives a fuck? Man, this is the lamest superpower of all time. I taste things a little bit better? Jesus. To recognize that Chick-fil-A's popular waffle potato fries taste different according to customers who have been posting about it across social media. 2 months ago, a Reddit user wrote, I noticed that the fries are now crispier, but, like, not in a good way. It seems like they almost like battered fries now and just don't have the same taste. Needless to say, I'm not a huge fan. 132 people have commented on the same thread that the fries taste a little stale and are rubbery, old, and dry. Start up those fryers. I'm going to have to go in and check for myself. I've had Chick-fil-A quite a bit over the last few months. I did not notice a difference. Am I just the anti-taster? Chat. Just yeses and nos. Have you noticed a difference in the fries? And be honest. You can't lie here. If you lie, you go to hell. Majority no on both chats. Some yeses sprinkled in there. Those must be the prodigies, the super tasters amongst us. Stanley, get on it. We need to get them in the MCU. Okay, so most people are in my camp where they haven't noticed the difference. And a surprise to no one, that makes Review Bra a super taster. He was born with the gift. Okay, last year we made a slight adjustment to our waffle potato fries recipe, which offers the same great taste while also making our waffle potato fries stay crispier longer. Chick-fil-A told Fast Company in a statement. According to a Chick-fil-A spokesperson, the crispier fries have been tested in markets for more than a year now, and the change took place months ago. Fast food chain's website also notes that while the new recipe doesn't contain any of the 9 major allergens, the fry coating does contain pea starch. More like PP, am I right? Jesus. Popular fast food chain known for its chicken... No, this is just... Wait, what? What is this? Just last year, the company backpedaled on a pledge to exclusively serve 100% antibiotic-free chicken in order to maintain a supply of high-quality chicken due to post-pandemic chicken shortages, a decision that received widespread criticism from customers. That kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some fucking Chick-fil-A fries tomorrow and try them for myself. You know what? The last few times I've had Chick-fil-A, I did Uber Eats it. Nope, that's not true. I also went and ate it at the facility itself. So I've had a spread of both, and I've noticed no difference in the fries' crisp texture. You can't because it's Sunday. Curse this forsaken world. I had them today, liked them, but I also asked for extra crispy at Raising Cane's too. Can you do that? Can you just do that at Raising Cane's? I want fries, extra crispy. It's like some James Bond shit. Shake it, not stir. Do you really do that at Raising Cane's? Most of my friends have preference of fries that 90% of places will accommodate. Well done, lightly fried, no salt, anything. You're going to fast food, man. Why are you doing gourmet specifications for your fucking fries? Because we're paying the same as sit-down restaurants now. You know what? I will give you that. That was the best argument I've heard so far. Man, that fucking Chick-fil-A that I was talking about that I've been getting recently, that is not cheap. At all, actually. That is so true. I'll give you that. Fair enough, then. Fair enough. Let me go back to the review. Is your membership mad low? Oh, he spiked it like Gronk in the end zone. He is upset.
No, all the life, essentially, is just sucked right out of these fries. They're flavorless. They almost taste... It's like cardboard, for lack of a better word. They're dry. They're flavorless. Not quite powdery, it's not that bad, but...
I just didn't notice. I think at the end of the day, he seems to really not like them. I need to try their new recipe, I guess. I will say I haven't noticed them being crispier, so I think they definitely failed on that front. It's not like they've been significantly crispified. So I feel like it was just super unnecessary. Also, who gives a shit? Like, I don't think, Chick-fil-A's been printing money for how long now? I don't think they really needed to revamp their formula unless they just wanted to cut corners and save money. Because every company does that now, where, they will squeeze every possible angle for a couple extra bucks. Maybe that's why?
Some of my favorite fast food fries, as a matter of fact, you could go ahead and watch a video that I did, and, maybe I'll link it in the description.
He was almost tearing up there just remembering the greatness of the fries.
I did a review. Feedback, at least in the comments and everything that I peruse on this channel, talking about the Chick-fil-A fries and how they need to be so much crispier. And never once have I even seen that.
I also never saw anything like that. I think probably the root of it was whatever they did for their new recipe is ultimately cheaper. And they thought they could keep the fries taste the same, but they couldn't. I actually like that their fries could fold into the sauce cups without breaking. It's adorable. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Sad watching the quality of everything go downhill the last few years. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the direction things go, man. We need more money. We only did record profits last year. We need to do record profits again this year, and then next year, and then next year, so we need to keep cutting these corners. Stop dipping your fries and pour the sauce on them like a man. That's stupid. You're stupid for that. Then your hands get all yucky, and then you need to fucking wipe them off like a toddler, like a little child. Just be a civilized grown adult and dip them. Use a fork. Oh, you make me sick. Using a fork for your fries because you doused them in sauce. Grow up. Grow up. No, they did actually change their Chick-fil-A fry formula. They made a mention of it themselves. It's not a conspiracy. I just haven't noticed a change in taste. That's the big thing for me. But now, with this knowledge in mind, I'm going to go in there with my big boy britches on. I'm going to order my fries, and I'm going to data collect. I'm going to analyze. But it's not going to be tomorrow because tomorrow's Sunday. So come Monday, I'm ordering some fucking fries like a real man. Now that you know they have pea starch, you can't unsee the truth. Yeah, ignorance was bliss. But now I know they got that pea starch on them. Fucking dirty rats. I'm surprised the higher-ups haven't changed it to get more money. That's the next thing. Hey, clip this, put it in the books. I don't know when it's going to happen. Sometime in the future, Chick-fil-A will be open on Sundays. Every company in the country is in this phase of we have to make record profits every year or else. Which is why you're getting so many things downgrading and cutting corners. Has already changed their fry formula. And I think the next one will be we're opening Sundays for more profits. Mark it. That's my prediction. Chick-fil-A being open on Sunday would actually be positive, though. Yeah, that's one that actually wouldn't be negative. But the point is they're going to go back on their morals, because the reason they don't open on Sunday is because of their religious beliefs, how Sunday is the Lord's Day, so you take the day off. They're going to go back on that in the pursuit of more money. Nah, they're good financially. So is every other Fortune 500 company, but it doesn't stop them from doing some of the most batshit insane decisions to make more money and squeeze on the bottom line. Hey, I don't know when it's coming. Might not be soon. But there will come a day where Chick-fil-A is open on Sunday. I'm telling you. I'm telling you it's coming. Biggest prediction since 2025, women will bang robots. Yeah. I remember growing up, there used to be this classic scene in like every movie where you'd have this grown man walking down his driveway in a bathrobe with a cup of joe in his hand and pick up the newspaper to start his morning. Yeah, now that I'm 30, I do something similar, but instead of going and getting the newspaper, I have Matt send me some wacky stuff, and today he blessed me with a pretty pitiful meltdown from this guy who lost his gourd over a girl he was talking to through a dating app not having any interest in him anymore. And I'll go over that in a second, but it led to a Jimmy Neutron brain blast where I remembered one from a couple years ago where this dude just wouldn't take no for an answer in a garage, and it is so pathetic. So I'm just going to go over both of them. So the text messages start with him asking, "Are we still on tomorrow? Just wondering as I can make other plans." That already doesn't exude a lot of confidence here. I'm guessing he was not receiving answers in a timely enough fashion, so he started to pick up on the hunch that maybe she wasn't as interested as she once was. And then she confirms his suspicion, saying, "I'm so sorry. Read your message when I was busy, forgot to reply. Sorry, I found a connection with someone else, so I'm just gonna see how that goes. Probably not a good idea to meet tomorrow. Sorry, did enjoy talking to you, and I hope your family get-together was fun." He was playing second fiddle, and she wasn't looking for more members of the band, so she just kind of let him down gently, I think. Better than being ghosted, I'd say. She just kind of gave him the business. But he was not ready for that business. He was hoping business operation hours were closed. He completely loses his mind. Haha, my total lack of surprise. Good luck. Crying emojis, laughing, but he's actually just crying. You can actually feel the salty tears through the phone screen. You know what? Fuck you, scummy. He is very hurt, very much so. Scummy little fuck, talking to numerous guys on dating apps, lining them up, faking connections with people, setting up dates and ruining people's weekends. I got your name and I got your details, and you'll see something later, twat. Little shit bag. Fuck off, worthless trash. So now he's going into like threats. I got your name and I got your details. So I guess he was gonna fucking show up there like the Undertaker or something. I don't like. It's a dating app, man. Like she's not your girlfriend. You haven't even met yet. So yeah, she's probably talking to other people on there. The same way I bet you would be if you had more than one match over the course of 2 years. That's not some surprising revelation like, "Oh my god, you whore, you're talking to multiple men on Tinder? How could you? You're supposed to be mine and mine alone. We matched, for God's sake. Oh my goodness, for crying out loud. We were a perfect match. Tinder said so. We had plans." Like, brother, yeah, it's unlucky that she found someone that she was more interested in, but at the very least, she didn't ghost you, so you know exactly where you stand. Just move the fuck on. She responds saying, "There's no need to be rude, I'm sorry. I was talking to you and someone else, and the other guy just lives closer, so it's more convenient too. Don't appreciate the threat. I've tried to keep it respectful, but yikes. Good luck to you." That once again sets the bomb off, so he just starts spamming fuck off, and then he calls her fat. This is like the actual classic nice guy meltdown, by the way. This is like the quintessential Tinder nice guy weirdo when he gets rejected. You're fat fuck anyway. When that guy's done with you, you'll wish you had a chance with someone like me. People like this exist, by the way. Isn't that crazy? I was giving you a chance. Yeah, you missed out on a real saint here, lady. You missed out on Casanova. You fucked it, kid. Bye. he thought he was on Xbox Live for a moment. I think he just kind of got lost in the sauce with that last little bit. But he wasn't done here. His rage couldn't be contained on just a single app, so then he started directly texting her with, once again, another threat. I want to have a word with you about your behavior on dating apps, and if it's not possible through phone, it will be in person. I want to talk to your manager. I need to report your Tinder dating behavior. You talked to multiple men on a dating app. That's a big no-no. You're going straight to the slammer for that one, missy. Goober thought they were dating just because they matched on Tinder. He probably told his whole family that he had a girlfriend just because they had a match in like 2 conversations through Tinder. It's scary though. Like, that is actually frightening. All she did was just very gently tell him, hey, look, found someone else. Not going to be going to the weekend plans that we had scheduled. Sorry. And now he's about to, like, show up to her house to have a word with her about it in person, which is, of course, always a recipe for disaster. So hopefully she has the means of defending herself should this guy actually show up. But anyway, after reading this, it reminded me of a video from a couple years back where a guy could not take no for an answer. Like, I don't really know what connects these two other than rejection. I don't know why this popped into my noodle after reading this, but I'm glad it did because I hadn't revisited this video in a long time.
Gotcha.
This is just golden. What a beautiful start. So the dude's leaning on the driver's side window, hitting her with the puppy dog eyes. How can you say no to a face like that? Then he starts like moving back and forth, and he starts to pout a little bit. It looks like a kid who got sent to timeout. So he's outside the driver window. He's just, I don't really know what his plan is. He's just hoping maybe she'll change her mind. So the backstory is they had met at a bar. He was kind of normal then and then started getting a little rowdy and was touching them, and really, he just really wanted to fuck. And they were not about that. So they left and he followed them to the garage, and now this is his last-ditch Hail Mary to get some pussy, I guess. Leaning on the driver window doing this.
You guys are still parked right next to the,
Brother, at least start mewing or something. Like, come on. Spam some Fortnite emotes. Do something. He's just sitting there idle animations. Like, come on. This is never going to work. This never stood a chance. So, they actually ended up confronting him, and that conversation is something to behold.
No, I believe you 100%, but...
Well, what's wrong with going home? If the Uber takes you home, you're safe.
I had a bad, it's embarrassing. Like, I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
A what?
A bad argument with my girlfriend.
Okay, well, we called
Like,
you.
I don't want to, like, go home to her because she's gonna be...
Oh, you guys live together?
Yeah, like...
Well, then you can stay out for a minute.
There's a lot of lore here, so try to keep up, Buster. We're getting an exposition dump right off rip. So, he's obviously hammered. He's had a little bit of alcohol. And he is now saying that he has a girlfriend, and I also love the way the lady filming responds to that, saying, a what? A girlfriend? Like, just complete shock with the way he's behaving here, while also apparently having a significant other. I have a game theory. He doesn't have a girlfriend. I think he was trying to make himself seem like a bad boy, and somehow more desirable, like, hey, look, I have a girlfriend. Women like me. Will you like me?
She's gonna, like, try to, like, fuck me up. You know?
Okay, then you don't need to go home.
Like,
Back in jail?
Yeah, like...
So you were in jail. And we're supposed to trust you immediately.
No, but, like, she's, like, put me in jail, you know?
Okay, I don't get what that means.
She put me in
Your
jail.
Uber, Jorge, is going to be picking you up. You should
Can I
go
tell you
up.
something?
Sure.
She put me in jail for like 2 days.
For what?
Okay, what'd you do?
It was domestic abuse.
So you hit her.
He's got the silver tongue. He knows just what to say to tickle a woman's heart, huh? Man, I don't know how they stood strong in rejecting this man's advances to go home with them. He's just openly telling them that he's been to jail. for domestic abuse. That's a big play. That's a very bold strategy. I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out for him. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go over really well. Women that you're trying to woo don't usually like to hear that you have a history of domestic abuse.
No.
So what'd you do?
She had bruises on her from sex.
So you hit her from what?
From sex.
Oh my god.
It was from sex. I never hit her. I never closed it. I never hit her with a closed hand. It was never a closed hand.
Uber, Jorge, we called you.
He briefly dropped the Tommy Wiseau right there. I didn't hit her. I did not. So he's saying that when he went to jail for domestic abuse, it's not because he hit her with a closed hand. He makes sure to make a specific mention of a closed hand. He says she had bruises on her from sex. I don't know, man. The story's not making a ton of sense. Something's not checking out here.
Is gonna be here in 5 minutes. You should head
No,
up.
but I'm saying, like, I never hit her with a closed hand.
Okay.
It was closed.
With a closed hand. So with an open hand?
But I never...
Oh my god. Okay. Like I said, it was really nice meeting you, but we called you an Uber. We're not forcing you to get home drunk. Literally, you should head up before, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
I'm super surprised they engaged with this conversation for as long as they did, and they were even nice enough to call this guy an Uber. That I am shocked by, actually. So they call him an Uber and everything, and he still is just not taking no for an answer. He is still preventing them from leaving and trying to, I don't know, salvage this situation so he can get laid or something. I don't know what his plan is. He's talked about going to jail for domestic abuse and how he didn't beat his girl with a closed hand. So then they said, well, so you hit her with an open hand? He's like, but it was never a closed hand. I don't know what playbook he's running in his head here, but it is not John Madden's finest plays that he's executing. I can say that much with confidence.
Because now it's harassment. We called you an Uber. I appreciate the drinks. You should head up.
Where should I go?
You should head up and find Punch Bowl Social. They're in a red Ford Fusion. Go to them. Don't look at her. What is she gonna do? I'm telling you no. This is my car. No, you okay, I don't know you. I don't care. It's been 20 minutes at this point. We called you an Uber. Please leave.
Here, probably.
They're almost here. Go find Jorge. Literally.
Now he's moping and he's like, but pussy though? But what about the vagina? I love how he's just like, well, where do I go though? If I can't go home with you, there's nowhere left for me. The streets? You're gonna make me go sleep on the streets? Is that what you want? That's gonna be on your conscience. It's like, brother, just they called you an Uber, man. They did so much more than they needed to for a fucking creep weirdo like you, man. Just get in the Uber and go the fuck home. Call it a wrap.
But I'm not
I don't care. I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave. Leave. Now.
Can I ask you something?
I don't care. Leave. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna escalate. Leave. Leave right now. I'm getting in the car. I don't give a fuck.
He continues to choose the worst dialogue options, and she just gets so fed up. She just gets in the car, her friend gets in the car, and presumably they leave somehow. He probably stops blocking her at some point. She just keeps telling him, you're making it worse. Get the fuck away. And it eventually leads to them being able to get out of there. Anyway, though, just wanted to talk about these two things real quick. That's about it. See ya. If I asked you to list the greatest martial artists of all time, I'm sure you'd go to the standard Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal. But amongst these titans, there has always laid a far more proficient, deadly weapon that nobody dares speak the name of. Tom Cameron.
Are you talented? Are you ready to be discovered? Are you one of tomorrow's stars of Hollywood and/or Broadway? If you answered yes or maybe to some of these questions, then we'd love to showcase your talent on Steve Gadlin's Star Makers.
Steve Gadlin, in his blissful ignorance, was unaware of the can of worms he was about to unleash upon our planet by inviting the Tom Cameron onto the show to demonstrate his talent. If you can even call it talent. It's pretty much a curse, because anyone on the receiving end of a Tom Cameron can of whoop-ass, they're dead. But not only are they dead, they don't go to heaven or hell. Their soul gets vaporized. It's a terrifying power that he wields. Tom Cameron could kill you through the computer screen with only a wink.
Enjoy Grandmaster Tom Cameron and his assistant Samantha with their exciting martial arts demonstration.
Good afternoon. My name is Tom Cameron. I'm a 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo. I'm a 4th degree in Hapkido, and I also have black belts in several other different art styles.
The art he's referring to is the art of killing. There isn't a discipline of combat that Tom Cameron hasn't mastered, and then some. He transcended what it even means to be a human being. He is able to use his spiritual pressure to de-atomize his foes if he so chooses.
I have my assistant here, Samantha. She's one of my black belt inductees, and she's going to be working with me. We're going to start out with very basic types of moves. If somebody grabs you, you can utilize a pressure point on the wrist to, if you punch it and come back, it numbs the hand, it causes the hand to reflex open. People are incapable of being able to hold on to an opponent.
Far be it from me to question the master. I know Tom Cameron's impressive resume, a black belt in every martial arts on the planet, a 10th degree black belt in Krav Maga and fucking your mother. But I just have to question, why do they always do this same demonstration for the most unrealistic self-defense shit ever? What bad guy is going to come up and, with one hand, grab your wrist and then just hold it there like a handshake? Like, you're never going to be able to just punch some dude's wrist who grabbed your arm, you know? That doesn't happen. Also, you could probably get the same effect by just bopping him in the nose, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to just, like, hit the hand. Like, I feel like it'd be easier just to go, poof, you know, like one of those. Just get him with some of this, and then maybe a little of this, and then fucking start milking him a bit, you know? That would have him reflexively be like, oh my god, I'm going to let go of this guy's arm.
The thing that sets our art apart is the fact that we do use energy projection as well as sound. Grab hold of my hand, like a Roman grab. Good. Now I'm going to try and pull you. I want you to resist as much as possible. Do not get down in a good stance. Don't let me pull you. Resist.
That guy is an immovable object right now. Not even Tom can make him budge an inch. No doubt he is also a 26th degree black belt in some martial arts discipline. Not sure what yet. I haven't studied his techniques enough. But Tom is going to teach us what to do when you're going up against somebody that might just be a little more powerful than you. So he's got him in like the Roman grab. And Tom, he's caught in between a rock and a hard place right now. And he's going to resort to using some energy and sound projections, which is a crucial part of his brand of combat.
But the sound, okay, thank you, but the sound to get the energy in the room moving towards me is actually the word me. So if he resists, and I say me, he's not able to resist me any longer. The energy actually forces him towards me. Now,
good heavens, the forbidden jutsu. He's using curse speech technique from Jujutsu Kaisen here. So there's a specific word to make the energy do what you want it to. He's an energy manipulator. He's able to take energy and using his vocab, have it bend to his will, I guess. And the word is me. So I guess try that out next time you're in like a situation where you're getting kidnapped and you can't overpower the kidnapper. Just start screaming, me! And like maybe move backwards and you'll fucking ragdoll the villains all over the place from the sound of things here. Tom's like a bat with the way he uses sound. This is some really good stuff here.
Because I'm a bigger guy, I can use physical force to do that. But if I'm doing it with a young lady like this, and I can resist, I can fight it, she can't get me. But if she uses that word,
me,
she actually is able to pull pull me off of my feet.
Holy shit, we almost lost Tom Cameron right there. Lord have mercy on that poor wooden structure that he crashed into. I was having a bad day. She threw him so hard with the sound techniques that nearly tossed Tom back through time. Like, he was flying all over the place.
There are sounds or phonemes that work for every direction. Now I'm going to try and push you. Get down into like a football stance. There you go. Come on a little closer to the microphone, I guess. And don't get one leg behind the other so you got a really good stance. Don't let me push you. Good. The sound is ho. So if I go ho, he's not able to resist. Try it one more time. Don't let me push you.
Just by calling someone a hoe, it briefly paralyzes them and lets you topple them over. So that's the pushing word. The pulling word is me. The pushing word is ho. Like, say, fucking Santa Claus, you'll never get the best of.
It seems very strange to us Westerners that we think that a simple sound or a phoneme would have the ability to affect a person in that way. What's even stranger is the idea that using the sound and projecting energy can actually knock somebody out.
Dropping the sarcasm for a second, I actually do feel kind of bad for Tom Cameron. He is legitimately struggling to get through a full sentence without taking a deep breath. That's concerning. That is, like, actually really concerning. I don't think there's any words or phrases that can help with that. He should really get it checked out, I would say. Because it's not like he's been doing a ton of physical maneuvers here. He didn't fucking run a marathon or anything. He moved, like, a few feet in two different directions, and that's about it. That's not good.
Samantha is going to try for her first time to actually knock me out using just the sound and the energy projection. Let me get this out of the way. You ready, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Flip him, flip him, flip him. Sit him up, sit him up. Sit him up. Get behind me, Gordon, for me. Thank you.
Textbook techniques. This is what the Red Cross teaches you to do as well. When someone's knocked out, make sure to flip them over, sit them up, and then judo chop their neck 2 times like Austin Powers. And it works. Snaps him right back to reality. He was not shedding the mortal coil, not today. That right there, my friends, is the touchless KO. The power of energy projection and sound. Tom Cameron's masterpiece. And he was on the receiving end of it. He's not afraid to put his ass where his mouth is, and that's what makes him such an impressive sensei. He knows how deadly these techniques are, but he's not afraid to be on the receiving end of them to show us mere mortals the capabilities of this advanced fighting.
Yeah. If you can, if you can shoot in tight, you should be able to see that the pupils are actually dilated as a result of the initial push, the energy push.
That's the face of a man who just met the Grim Reaper, but then said, "Not today. I've got more work to do." Also, I love how she goes over there and starts breaking all of his fingers. I mean, she was just like snapping them, I guess. I don't really know what cracking the knuckles is going to do to help somebody recover from an energy projected touchless KO, but I just love the idea that after he gets knocked out, she goes over and she's like, all right, this will finish him off, and then just starts breaking every finger in every which way.
Whew. I think I got it.
It's like watching a turtle on its shell. The way Tom struggles to get back to his feet is interesting, and the noise he makes when he starts to stand up is comical. It sounds like a thwomp from Super Mario 64. What a beautiful sound that was. I don't know what power that noise has that he roars out, but man, it was enough to make me feel something all the way out here.
And that's a demonstration of a touchless knockout. Yeah.
You might be wondering why there's no applause, and it's because the live studio audience was killed with the energy push. Samantha exerted a little too much force behind the energy, and not only did it knock out the great Tom Cameron, it unfortunately claimed the lives of all 40 souls that were in the building watching the performance.
What we witnessed when she used the sound and energy to make you fall.
What they are theorizing is that we actually have that humans, because we operate with an electro system in our nervous system, that somehow we've been able to develop the ability to interfere with the nervous system, and it kind of acts like a circuit breaker or a reboot system for a computer.
Checkmate, science, because Tom said so. I mean, it makes sense to me. Everyone knows about the brown note, which is a note that will set your butt to poop mode. Why couldn't the same concept apply to the rest of the nervous system, where it can blue screen you temporarily, force a reboot through the electromagnetic systems that we've become so adept at channeling through Tom's teachings? I think that checks out.
Wow, it's something to see. And Samantha, how much training do you need before you can tap into that and make that happen?
Preparing for a demonstration, just a few minutes, literally.
But how long have you been practicing these techniques before you were able to make someone fall with sound and motion?
A couple years.
I love her first answer. So how long did it take for you to fuck this man up like that? Oh, like a minute or two? Yeah, you can pretty much master all these techniques in a minute or two if the guy on the other end just wants to fall down. Yeah, but no, how long have you, studied this? Oh, I mean, I guess, years, I suppose. I just love that first answer. Expecting, 10 years. I had to drop out of school in order to pursue the fucking Tom Cameron discipline of martial arts full time. And only just now have I learned to tap into the electromagnetic boogie. Wow, amazing stuff. But instead her answer's oh yeah, 30 seconds. Tom said to just do this and he'll fall, so it didn't take a whole lot of practice. Anyway though, hopefully this made you a stronger warrior. Tom Cameron was giving away lessons for free today and we're all the better for it. That's really about it. See ya. I saw a pretty remarkable meltdown today. A gentle sir was let go from his job at the UPS store, and he didn't take it on the chin like a champ. He self-destructed like a Voltorb here. Now, I understand getting fired is brutal, emotions are high, but for the life of me, I can't understand why they would let someone like this go in the first place.
Getting fired from the UPS store by this cuck loser, fucking coward, cuck loser, won't even fire me at the beginning of my shift, waits till the end of my shift. Here he is.
He literally just hit a textbook soy jack. This guy is the epitome of soy jacking. He goes through every single possible soy jack in the span of 51 seconds. It's unbelievable. It's beyond impressive, actually. And the way that he brings the camera close to his face reminds me of The Dark Knight with the Joker. And the way he keeps calling this guy a cuck coward loser is a beautiful piece of pathetic artistry. He's speaking like it's League of Legends and he's whining about his top lane feeding. Now, I have no doubt that in the moment this probably felt very cathartic for him, just having this full-blown, expulsion of the demons inside. He's really upset and he's just letting it all hang loose. He's going hog wild with everything, and I bet it felt like a great relief. But man, you shouldn't have filmed this. You absolutely should not have been the one behind the camera publishing this, because it gets really bad.
Darren, the cuck fucking loser from 1892, who's a fucking loser, who doesn't know shit about running a business.
The way he introduces Darren here is some Full House shit. Darren comes in, I was half expecting a clap track to come in there, because he takes off his glasses like he's posing for the camera. He's smoldering right now. Darren, I don't know how he was able to keep a straight face without just laughing, because this shit is unbelievable. So he calls him, the cuck coward loser from 1892. I guess he's insulting him because he's old, which is interesting because I feel like the guy filming is actually older than Darren. The guy filming looks like an anorexic Karl Marx. I just can't imagine he's much younger than Darren here, and yet he's really going in on the, him being ancient thing. I feel like he was just really upset, fuming, the steam out of the ears. He's actually foaming at the mouth. He is rabid. It just seems as though his brain was scrambling in this frenzy to try and cobble together any insult it could muster, even if it didn't make sense. Here's Darren, Dickie Darren, aka Cuck McShartpants, from 1892, back before aviation, the Wright brothers, more like the Wrong brothers, because, brother, you're wrong for firing me, Darren, cuck loser.
And he's gonna let an alcoholic fat fuck named Joe fire somebody with 10 years of experience because he complained that Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts nigger on the fucking radio, and Joe drinks next door and won't tell shit to my coworkers.
That was the most unexpected hard R I'd seen in quite some time. The Game of Thrones Season 8 writers couldn't have subverted expectations that effectively. Obviously, I had to censor it to the best of my ability, but wow. So we've gone from Darren now he's brought up this new character in the lore named Joe, who he is clearly not the biggest fan of, saying that he's fat and didn't train his coworkers, so he complained about that, which has led to him getting fired. That's his game theory on all of it. That's his hypothesis. I don't understand at all where the hard R even comes from or what he's referring to here. He's saying Joe puts hard R on the radio? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's fucking craziness here. He is so angry. Like, he is angrier than Broly at Kakarot, like, before he becomes the legendary Super Saiyan.
Because he's a cuck fucking loser coward, just like Darren, the cuck fucking loser coward. Coward loser fucking cunt.
That ending is absolute cinema. The way he goes from like this heightened emotional state to the point he's about to pass out. He actually, I'm not kidding, has foam around his mouth. He is spitting so much. And then he goes from that to like this like almost post-nut clarity moment. Like he starts to simmer down. He takes a deep breath. And then he walks away calmly. And he just leaves and then turns the camera off. And then he posted it online. I can't believe he posted this shit online. If any future employers see this, it's going to be pretty rough for him, I would imagine. Because you just had a very public freak out, as well as just dropping the hard R in the middle of it. And the thing is, like, these videos pop up occasionally where someone gets fired and they, have this very cathartic blow up about it and, like, confronting their boss about it before they leave. And in a lot of cases, you're on that person's side because getting fired sucks. And a lot of times it is unjust. And maybe in this case, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired. I don't really know. And he starts by saying that he waited till the end of the day to fire him, which I'm a little split on because on one hand, you at least get another full day's pay, but on the other hand, you just wasted a fucking full day. But regardless, it was very easy to get people on his side here for this, yelling at the boss about this. And again, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired, but this confirmed that they made the right call firing him if he is just like this ball of rage ready to bust. I had to talk about this. It was quite the meltdown. And the soy jacking, wow, beautiful. That's about it. See ya. Gambling has become the lifeblood of all sports. It is like peanut butter and jelly now. These two are married together forever. Sports betting has become more normal than saying bless you after a sneeze at this point. If you watch anything sports related, you will be fed endless advertisements for, Hard Rock Casino, betting apps, sportsbook, this kind of thing, out the wazoo. Gambling has just become so deeply intertwined with the sports industries across the board, you just expect it now. Like when someone farts, you're expecting stink. It's the same thing here with sports. And with the normalization of all of this gambling, We're now starting to see things like this. A bombshell investigation and subsequent arrests all around illegal gambling. In total, over 30 people were arrested in this FBI investigation, including some ties to notorious crime families, mafia involvement here. And amongst those names are some NBA stars that you will definitely recognize. A current player, Terry Rozier, as well as the Portland Trail Blazers head coach, Chauncey Billups, who himself is also an NBA Hall of Famer. Now, I think this is the first of many investigations and arrests of current and former sports players. Because this has become so normalized, I have a very strong hunch that there will be even deeper probes into this industry, and they're going to find a lot of shady shit. They're going to turn over some stones and see a lot of big, pew-wee, smelly fishiness going on there with game rigging, as well as another thing that came up here is like the sharing of private information in regards to the health of some players. So they'd give insider information that they had the privilege of, like in terms of player injuries, that kind of thing, so that way people could cater their bets to it. In the case of Terry Rozier, he was actually involved in this for game rigging, allegedly, where in one game, he took himself out after a handful of minutes and did not return, and apparently had people betting on his unders, meaning he was going to have an off night. People were betting he would have an off night. He took himself out of the game early. Obviously, he wasn't going to have a superstar performance there, so they cash in a lot off of those unders bet, and apparently he got a huge portion of that. That is one instance here that we have been made aware of. In Chauncey Billups' case, his wasn't game rigging, but instead he was working with illegal poker operations where they were using like fucking high-tech technology that you'd only see out of like James Bond's Q laboratories, where he would have victims lured in there. He'd be like the face of it to like use his fame as a means of luring people into these illegal poker games with all of these bad actors. And they'd go to these tables that had X-ray machines so they could read the face-down cards. They'd also have marked cards. They'd even have like the card shuffler would have a way of telling them what cards were dealt to who or something to that effect. Just crazy technology in order to cheat and steal the money from all of these victims, and they made many, many millions of dollars doing this. Now, I also wouldn't be surprised to learn if Chauncey Billups was also engaging in game rigging. Of course, that is not anything that's been revealed publicly or anything. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't be surprised to learn that based on some of the very questionable decisions I've seen him make as the Trailblazers head coach. Absolute bafflingly stupid calls, which, with this new little tidbit of lore here, this little tiddly-wink of lore that we got fed here about his illegal gambling activities, maybe they weren't accidentally idiotic decisions. Maybe it was purposeful game throwing, possibly, to make money off betting against his team. Obviously, that's not an accusation from me or anything like that. I'm simply stating that if they do happen to find a little information about Chauncey Billups, maybe, throwing games on purpose, I certainly wouldn't be raising an eyebrow in shock. You wouldn't find me with my jaw on the floor, starting to argue against it like, no, it couldn't be. Because, man, have I seen some absolutely fucking atrocious calls from this guy as the head coach of the Trailblazers. But again, I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just saying, it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world to learn there is all. But it's not an accusation or an allegation that I'm putting against him. Just saying. Anyway, though, like I said, many people have been arrested here, but these are the two most notable from the NBA. There's also a former NBA player as well that is in the mega mix of all of this. But it is fucking huge. And it's even been hinted at in the reporting that there are other suspects that just haven't been indicted yet. But they have them under the microscope, and I think it's really just a matter of time. With how normalized sports betting has become, I think this is the first of many huge investigations and arrests that we're going to see over the next few years. There is no doubt in my mind, for a long time now, players, coaches, staff have probably been trading information or even engaging in some like game rigging here and there in order to make very big oodles of cash through gambling. Because the money they stand to make through gambling is substantial. So I have no doubt that there has probably been a huge network of sports athletes, as well as coaches, staff, and all of that, maybe even officials as well, that has been engaging in this. And this is a huge deal. And like I said, I believe this is definitely not like an isolated incident. I think there will be probably a lot more over time here. because gambling has just become so normalized, and it is such like a wasteland in terms of like degeneracy and people looking to exploit one another. I just really think with how normalized it's become, how big it is in just like the culture of sports right now, there is no doubt in my mind a lot of athletes and a lot of people on the staff have probably engaged to a certain degree in many illegal activities in this sector. So while I'm not necessarily, super stunned to learn that this kind of thing has been happening, there was a piece of it that I did not expect, and it did catch me off guard, which was the mafia involvement and the illegal poker games that Chauncey Billups was the face of and luring people into. That I didn't expect at all. The game rigging, that was brought up here, that I kind of always had a hunch was probably something that was happening here and there. But the mafia illegal poker games with the crazy fucking technology, like the sci-fi tech that they were utilizing there, straight from DARPA, that was definitely something interesting. I'd like to show you some news clips or like some segments that cover that in particular, but I've just been so wary about showing that now since what happened when I covered the degenerate doctor that would walk around naked and masturbating in the office on people and whatever. So I'm going to refrain from showing you that footage, but I do encourage you to look more into it yourself because it is fascinating. I'm very curious to see how the NBA handles this because they've been very upfront about, sports betting just being super okay, big two thumbs way up in the air, brings in a lot of money for them. If you watch any of the games, you are inundated with gambling. It is not something they try and hide or shy away from. It is up in your face. And that's not exclusive to just the NBA, but since 3 big NBA names have now been indicted here, I am curious to see how they handle this. I know they released like a pseudo statement about, the disappointment and like how they need to look at things a little differently here, but I do wonder what meaningful changes they're going to make. Because sports betting has been so normalized and such a huge core component of these sports in the first place, what do? They can't really like break it off cold turkey or anything. I feel like it's going to be really hard to like crack down on athletes and staff and stuff like that to like ensure this doesn't happen again. I'm just really interested to see what steps they're going to take. So I'm going to definitely be keeping my eyes on this going forward. And anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. I'm about to bless your 2025 with the best song you're going to hear all year. It didn't come out in 2025, it did come out last year, but it flew under the radar. It was snubbed at the Grammys, and I think it's time we turn our attention to a classic that's up there with some of the greats like Ice JJ Fish. This comes from White Noise, aka Dark Daniel. He's a 41-year-old rapper, fresh on the scene, and I've always said you're never too old to chase your dreams, and I think he's proof of that.
Said they want me on some stripper shit, right? Dark fucking Daniel. Let's go.
I'm blue balling you on the drop because I just gotta come in here and say how much I love the name Dark Daniel. That's like an Xbox Live gamer tag I would have cooked up when I was 11.
Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it. Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it.
Now, White Noise doesn't really cut the rug. He doesn't bust a move or anything. His dance moves are kind of like all up in here doing this. It looks more like he's swatting mosquitoes. But what he lacks in dancing, he makes up for in writing, because this is genius. Put some stank on it. I don't even know what that means. Especially in the context of the song where he's talking about a booty popping but wants some stank on it. I feel like that'd be revolting. Why would you want butt cheeks jiggling with fucking odorous fumes hitting you as well? Like, that's the last thing you want some stank on. Now, of course, I recognize it's an expression. He doesn't literally mean he wants stinky ass cheeks on him or anything, but I don't understand what the expression could even mean here. Make your booty pop, put some stank on it. Like, to me, when I'd hear that, I would think it'd be like, you know, some extra flair. You know, like, it's something I'd say when playing Marvel Rivals when I'm telling my tank to dive their backline. Like, get after that mantis and put some stank on it. But if someone's, like, goatsy styling on me, I don't know, like, how else would you put stank on it? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? That's the beauty of it. it's ambiguous. And it's also not catchy. It's the opposite of an earworm, but to such an extreme degree, it is so uncatchy that it loops back around to being catchy.
Climbing up that pole like a pro, you already know. Super on the mic, kryptonite is hose. Twerking for a broken boy, she putting on a show. Titties popping out with her ass like whoa. Freaky with the tongue, she could probably put it in a knot. Baby, I'm a savage, I'm just looking for some top. We can make a movie, baby, make it hot. Let's get it. Titties like a canvas, I got ink blots.
Dark Daniel's a goddamn booby artist. Titties like a canvas, and he's got ink blots. Again, man, what does that exactly mean? Like, you're gonna make Rorschach paintings out of her breasts? I just don't think many traditional artists would be using ink blots on a standard canvas. That wouldn't really be the medium of choice. Though I imagine the lyrics are probably deeper than I'm giving them credit for. Dark Daniel is probably getting into some metaphors for, like, ejaculating on her honkers, perhaps putting his own stank on it, maybe. I don't know why I'm doing such a dive on it. This isn't like a genius lyric breakdown video, but I can't help myself. Anyway, it needs to be said that the woman here is an absolute trooper. She got paid to do a job, and damn it, she's gonna do it to the best of her ability. She's pouring her heart and soul into the ass-shaking performance of a lifetime here for Dark fucking Daniel. Now, it may not be a chart topper. You won't be seeing Stank on it in the Billboard Top 100. It's not your standard, finger-wiggling tune. But it doesn't matter. It seems like they're both having a good time. It also seems like Dark Daniel's fighting the urge to look at her keister while it's gyrating. Now, I think he should have went even harder here. Instead of just hiring a dancer and a cameraman, he should have also hired a choreographer. Fucking hire me. I could definitely think of some really cool dance moves that would light 2025 ablaze, take the world by storm for Stank on it, Like, brush off your shoulder, side to side, and then some of this. There's definitely so much play space that you had with a song like Stank on it. This shit could have got stanky quick, but instead he wanted to kind of just stay up here, like, throwing out his hands like he's making political statements. He's doing gestures like a politician would do. And he has the woman just kind of shaking her ass around, which, that's fine. Like, I don't think she needs to be out there doing, like, a full choreographed dance routine or anything, but I think he should have had some moves. Something that, when this song inevitably starts playing at a club, people can start busting it out like Crank That Soulja Boy, So something on that level.
Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it. Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it. Little mama bad, love the way she throw it back. Rush into the stage just to drop a couple stacks. Everybody cheer when she make her booty clap. Shorty hella thick, rest a drink on that ass. Little mama bad, love the way she throw it back. Rush into the stage just to drop a couple stacks. Everybody cheer when she make her booty clap. Shorty hella thick, rest a drink on that ass.
I think Dark Daniel was starting to run out of bars because verse 2, he had one line and then just repeated it twice, which takes up the majority of verse 2, and then he repeated a line from verse 1 to close it out to bring us back to the chorus. He knew the moneymaker was in the chorus, so he kind of just speed ran the verses. They're not very inspired, unfortunately.
Freaky with the tongue, put it in a knot. Baby, I'm a savage, I'm just looking for some top. We can make a movie, baby, make it hot. Let's get it. Titties like a canvas, I got ink blots. Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it. Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put some stank on it, put some stank on it. And to think, I used to be such a nice young man. Third leg problems.
A heartbreaking conclusion. God bless Dark Daniel and his third leg problems. So I watched an interview with him. I went kind of deep on the Dark Daniel rabbit hole, I'm not going to lie to you. I watched an interview. So he is 41 years old, and he talks about getting into the rap game a little late and just wanting to chase his dreams, which I think is just kind of a wholesome message. And at the end of the day, he went for it. He said, fuck it, we'll do it live. And he invested in a cameraman to film this, a location, some lights, the lady that's dancing with him, and he said, let's try it. And I respect that, I really do. Also, Dark Daniel's got no fear. He is not afraid to get stanky live in front of an actual crowd.
And it definitely
videos at 18K views on YouTube.
It definitely stank.
Hey,
Some big stuff on that shit.
hey, let's go. Baby, make it drop, put some stank on it. Make that booty pop, put some stank on it. Make that body rock, put some stank on it. Put the ass like low. Do them heels click, then she drop it down low. She could be a pop or a thought, titties bouncing up and down. Don't matter if they're drops. I'll make that pop drip, don't forget the mop. Creaky with the tongue, she could probably put it in.
That is not an easy thing to do, to get up in front of a bunch of strangers to perform your song in front of them. And he's done it quite a few times. He has a few live performances, and some of them have like crowd shots that it seems like all the people in the bar were having a really good time listening to it. Now, of course, I'm sure there's some people that were like making fun of him for it or whatever, but at the end of the day, everyone was still having fun, and he seems to be like really self-aware. Like, there's a lot of people in the comments that were talking about it being really bad, but from what I saw, he was just kind of like rolling with the punches, just having a good time about it. So he seems to have a nice attitude that, at least from everything I've seen. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'll probably start saying, put some stank on it. And it has been a song that's been stuck in my head a little bit, so mission accomplished, really. That's about it. See ya. In life, there's always going to need to be things that you need to fix or replace. You're going to eventually need to change the oil in your car. Your favorite pen will run out of ink and you'll need to get new ink or a new pen. All the food in your house will either expire and you'll throw it out, or you'll eat it all. You gluttonous monster, learn photosynthesis like a real man. But there's one thing that absolutely needs some fixing that often gets neglected and not spoken about as much, but it's equally as important as everything else. Your tailbone. Tailbones only have a certain amount of mileage on them before they need a little sprucing up, spritzing a little WD-40 on them so they can keep running well. And that's where tailbone adjustments come into play, a crucial component of overall health and wellness recommended by every scientific expert under the sun. I'm sure all of you know oodles about tailbone adjustments. They're a standard procedure. And recently, a video has been popping up all over the place with people making fun of just a good old-fashioned tailbone adjustment, and, well, I tell you, sports fans, I found it sickening. You know, yes, a tailbone adjustment may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but sometimes the most important jobs are the dirtiest. I wish there wasn't music in here so we could hear more of the action, because that noise that briefly broke through the music that sounded like the Ed, Eddy crashing sound effect, like a fucking explosion of carnage, I am curious what that was. So, this is a tailbone adjustment, and based on the little bit of research I did, it's something chiropractors do occasionally with coccyx manipulation, though I don't think she's necessarily using textbook protocol here. This isn't the technique that I've seen the others employ. She's just fingering his asshole and nothing else. She's in there, like, putting a whole thumb in there. It almost looked like she was going to go work him like a fucking puppet, like a ventriloquist act, where she was going to shove her whole hand up his ass. I also just can't comprehend how this guy is being such a brave warrior about this, because his butthole's getting tickled. Like, how is he not squirming, going, oh, like, how is that, like, how is he able to just sit still during all of that? That has to be remarkably uncomfortable and downright painful, the way that she's, like, pushing on it, and she's, like, slapping up on it a little bit, too. Like, that's gotta hurt a lot. It's like she was trying to break a fucking dry spaghetti noodle with his tailbone here.
Body ko relax na, tiny ka na.
This is actually the maneuver Naruto used with the 1,000 Years of Death. So she's just getting in there with one of these the whole time. Now, of course, she's also at risk here, too. She's in the splash zone of a fart. So this is dangerous to both parties, no doubt. But I just cannot get over what she's even trying to accomplish here. She also does, like, this flourish with her hand, like it's a magic trick or something. So she's doing this over his butthole. Maybe there was a little bit of flatulence there and she was wafting it away from her workspace. I also feel like the last thing being manipulated during this procedure is his tailbone. It seems like most of the business is going right into the ass crack and nowhere else. Like, I feel like he comes in there saying, like, hey, it kind of hurts when I sit a little bit. She bends him over and then just starts like fucking speed bagging in his anus. And he's like, what the fuck? How is this helping my sitting problem? All it's doing is shoving my pants and boxers into my colon. I can sense his relief from here. Nothing quite like getting your tailbone cranked on. Man was taking some brutal back shots to the spine there. That was rough. It doesn't seem to be a super common thing chiropractors will offer, because I've only seen a handful of videos with it, and I'd like to share a couple of them with you because they're very interesting. Now, in this tailbone adjustment, there's more questions than answers. Why is there a towel draped over the patient's tuchus this time around? Is this a tool they use if the patient is at high risk for shitting? Were they a potential poop hazard, so they threw the towel down for an extra layer of security? But wouldn't then that also diminish the ability to adjust the tailbone? In fact, I would argue that it increases the risk of injury to the patient, because now, in order to breach the towel, the pants, and the undergarments, you will need to exert even more force onto the tailbone, so that you're putting even more pressure there, which I feel like could make it more likely to injure them. Now, of course, looking at the angle of attack here, the angle of azimuth, it doesn't seem like they're going directly on the tailbone. It looks more like they're trying to, like, surprise attack it, like with a pincer maneuver with 2 fingers, where they're going, like, they're riding up the chocolate starfish and then kind of flanking the tailbone almost. So I guess maybe if they're just putting more pressure on that, it wouldn't be as painful or like risk injury. I don't know. There's so many things I don't quite understand about the elaborate art of tailbone adjustments. It looks like they're trying to use a car jack in the ass. It's like when you're trying to fish something out of the drain that just fell down the sink or something. Is this really the only way? Is there nothing more effective? Also, this patient's nearly bare ass. They're in their boxers here. So what dictates what clothes will be appropriate when getting into the butt tickling? You know what I mean? Why is this patient in their boxers, but the first patient was in just pants, and the second patient in pants plus a towel on top? So, like, what really drives that decision?
Beine gleichzeitig hochheben, richtig gestreckt und richtig halten. Zusammendrücken noch. Atmen zu, genau.
My brother, that wasn't her tailbone cracking, that's a toot. She broke wind. Which I think is totally normal given the position here of a tailbone adjustment. But this was a very different technique. So this one didn't deal with any kind of fingers and any orifices here. This time he spread her legs like a Thanksgiving turkey and then just pushed them to the side, I guess, for the tailbone adjustment relief stuff. I don't know. It seems like there's a big discrepancy between what techniques are used by what chiropractors. I don't really know. All I know is, probably doesn't feel that good. I don't think there's a whole lot of relief that comes from a tailbone adjustment visit. You probably go there with a little tailbone pain, and you walk out waddling because your ass has just been violated. Like, that's... I feel like you're gonna leave with more problems than you arrived there with. But, you know, maybe that's just spoken like a non-believer that hasn't had his tailbone worked on, you know what I mean? And I don't think I'm gonna be rushing out there to book a tailbone adjustment appointment anytime soon. Don't really want to do that. If I ever wanted to have a finger in my butt, I'd just do it myself. I mean, I can do that. I don't want to, though. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because I saw the video being thrown around all over the place and I was giggling about it, so yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. Have you seen the video of the guy that keeps saying he wasn't put in a full Nelson? That seems so odd. What? Is that the whole thing? He just refuses to believe he was in a full Nelson? It's in a bar, someone restrained him, said they put him in a full Nelson and refused, and had a meltdown with the police.
This is what happens when you threaten a cop.
Once I punch you in the balls, I can grab your gun. I want them.
That's quite a... Wait a minute. This is like season 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This man's calling his shots.
When you threaten a cop.
Once I punch you in the balls, I can grab your gun.
Next, you're gonna say, put your hands behind your back. Holy.
I want the How
you doing, sir?
Membership, Loki.
So he hit stuff? Slammed his head into the wall and then into my door. So he didn't hit a person?
I threatened to.
You threatened to?
Yeah. Okay. I never did, though.
Okay. You guys have I'm gonna help you up.
So that's where the full Nelson was applied down there, I'm assuming, right? So they had him in the full Nelson, and then they arrived there. He's emotional right now. The alcohol is doing a lot of heavy lifting on his emotions. But is that where the full Nelson was?
Not helping you get out. You don't need to.
He's handling himself just fine. He's doing great.
Able to restrain him and subdue him on the ground with a full Nelson. Then once you guys arrived.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was never in a full Nelson, though.
Alright.
Okay.
Well,
never in a
for sake of conversation, he said that. It's neither here nor...
No, it's incorrect. It's incorrect.
What's going on tonight?
Half mount at best. Half mount at best.
Full Nelson never happened.
Okay,
so
it didn't
obviously you're believing it didn't happen.
Well, you weren't talking to me before, so I need to figure something out.
No full Nelson, no case. I walk.
Fucking liar. He never had me in
Here's
a
the
full
thing.
Nelson.
Do you go by Christian?
It doesn't fucking
I'm
matter
gonna call
at
you
this
Christian,
point.
okay? Well, it doesn't matter.
I go by anti-fucking Nelson at this point. Officer, you gotta get the story straight.
Never had me at a full Nelson.
Stop. So now you're talking to me.
I see why he's so upset. Spreading rumors about a full Nelson? That's fighting words.
More to the situation.
Well, to be honest, I am drunk.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
All I
that.
know is nobody ever put me in any kind of...
Okay, then nobody put you in full Nelson. I'll agree.
There was no Nelson at all.
Okay. When I came up here, you were on the ground being held by him. So something led up to that point. I'm trying to figure out what led up to that point. I have his side, and now I'm trying to get...
So is that where the full Nelson argument ends? Also, where does faking your death even come in here? Oh, like he pretended to die during the arrest? I imagine that's what it is. He did like the classic, play dead. Officer, I was never involved. Ragdolls himself. Like an Oblivion NPC. What the fuck is a full Nelson? What do you mean? You don't know what a full Nelson is? Here, I'll show you.
This is what...
This is like one of the most well-known moves of all time, next to the knuckle sandwich. This is like 101 shit. Like, this is human instinct. You're born with the knowledge of how to lock somebody in a Nelson fully. I would move states if someone put me in a full Nelson. Well, I mean, I see why he's so irate about it, man. If there was never a full master lock on the guy, you don't want that to be on your record. So, I mean, he's making his case. We'd have to check the CCTV footage. And, to be fair, to his credit, when we tune in here in the middle of the anime, that does not look like a full Nelson. That looks more like he's coddling him. Like, this is like breastfeeding position. You won't learn this in BJJ. This is like Steven Seagal Aikido. I've put a man in a full Nelson in every state. That's like some SpongeBob shit. It's not even a partial Nelson. Well, that's what I'm saying. This is the only footage we see. It's very possible that he had him in the lock, and then he started crying and he felt bad, so he released it a little bit, and now he has him on his arm like a newborn. It is entirely possible that the Nelson happened. We just don't have footage of it. At least not yet. I need to watch the whole thing. But this seems like wholesome almost. You know what I mean? It's comforting. I thought he was like a victim of somebody when we first tuned in here. That was the post-Nelson. Yeah. No, you're right. He's still in the afterglow. He's burping him. Yeah. I think I'm very curious where the playing dead comes in.
All I know is this motherfucker needs to fucking get a bullet through his head too.
Whoa! Whoa!
Like adults here for this situation, so we can get to the bottom of this.
You're out of line. Someone slap a full Nelson on this man.
Welcome to 2023. No, but nothing is an adult anymore. No, nothing.
What?
You can't call me an adult. That's assuming my age.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Do anything we're trying to get to. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh my god. This hairline is fucking crazy. It looks like he's being birthed right now. Like in the Death Stranding trailer when it goes into his mouth and you see like the baby head poking out. Holy lord. Brother, just shave. It's not worth holding on to the morsels.
Head off the walls.
And I will still do that. All I have to
No,
do
okay,
is
fair.
punch
If you-
some balls and
That's not going to happen.
so I'm pretty sure I can cause that. Because once I punch you in the balls, I can grab your gun.
No.
Do you really want to try it?
Well,
Officer, he's got all the power right now. Look at that
You
stance.
want to?
No, I really don't.
Because
You feeling lucky, punk?
it just looks like you want that challenge. I feel more like just hitting you in the chin.
It's your right to try it if you would like, but I would not advise it. So let me ask you this.
I really fuck with the officer here. He's like, brother, if you want to, you can, but you really shouldn't do it. He's talking to him like just the sultry tones of his voice. It's like calming me and angering him.
You are going to move from there, I promise you that.
Then you're gonna get a fist to your chin.
Not that.
This is what we're going to do. Kristen.
Not the pillow fists.
Christian, yeah.
Okay, Christian, stand up for me.
No.
Well, you're still going to stand up nonetheless.
Don't touch me.
I'm giving you the opportunity.
Officer, please put him in a full Nelson. Good lord, if there's any justice in this world, that'd be so poetic.
Stop.
He's asking for a Nelson. He's begging for a Nelson. He has his arms in Nelson position. You killed him.
Dead weight.
He's dead now.
I can handle that weight. Good. Push.
Oh, not his. Please don't show me his ass. It's like the last thing I want to see.
Christian,
Fucking
I know you're going to be detained.
Hershey stains in the britches.
Christian, are you going to walk at all? Christian. Are you going to walk at all? Christian.
If he really wanted to sell it, what he should have done is put like little rings in his pocket, so when he played dead, it pops out like when Sonic gets hit. Then he would have sold the illusions. Like, well, he's dead. Back to you, bartender. We can do nothing. Our jurisdiction ends here.
If you can hold the chair so it doesn't slide out for me.
We're going to need somebody to bring him back to life.
Before all this started,
Someone give this man a phoenix down.
also accidentally.
Enforcement officer, which is in charge of him, so.
Well, hey, at this point, you might as well.
Something's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
Because you're going to make your problem.
He's going Super Saiyan.
I don't give it.
You won't like him when he's angry. No. He tried playing nice. The full Nelson has awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan. He's too much.
I want your fucking gun.
You're not getting my gun, but I'm going to lean you on your side so you don't suffocate.
I want your fucking gun right now. I want the fucking gun.
What day of the week do you think that was? Friday, clearly. The bar is full. It's popping. This man was getting crazy. Having a good time, a hoot and holler. But what if it was a Waffle House? If it was a Waffle House, there'd be no survivors. It'd already be checkmate. He would have already grabbed 5 different pans and akimboed them.